You're listening to Ideas and Leaders podcast.
It's interesting because as a global organization, we saw a lot of what was happening with the coronavirus early because our Chinese and Asian operations really in late January started to see that. So before the COVID really had a significant impact in Europe and the Americas and Latin America, we had a firsthand, seat, so to speak, to see what that was happening. And clearly I was concerned because, first of all, from a health standpoint, just worrying about how this would affect people. And I have just great, empathy for those who have been affected and have lost people that they love from this horrible virus. And our business, the vast majority of the Dale Carnegie business in January was about courses that we had in person. So clearly, when our classrooms started to close around the world as countries went into lockdown, that created a pretty catastrophic situation potentially for our business. And at the same time, as I thought about, I don't think there's coincidences in life, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here. And I saw a lot, especially in crisis. That's when we're called, all of us, you, me, all of us are called to step up and to demonstrate what we believe and to lead strongly. And so the team and I made a decision at that point that we were going to take the live online solutions that we had developed for North America and expand them as quickly as possible throughout the world. That meant that we had to take our phenomenal Dale Carnegie trainers, people who could bring transformation out in a physical classroom, and to take what we had learned in North America and to certify trainers to do it all over the world. So we made that decision, and as an organization, we moved very quickly and decisively. And thankfully, the people throughout the Dale Carnegie organization are agile, they're resilient, they're strong people who have the same fears that everyone else has, but they really rose. Our trainers, we certified almost 1,000 trainers around the world in a short period of time. We developed new programs to bring out transformation, to help people lead in virtual settings. We did all of these things, and we went to market, and thankfully that has proved to be a tremendous thing for our organization. We are in the midst of a recovery right now. The vast majority of the revenue that we have as a business has gone from completely in person to now mostly online. And the quality results that we're getting, the experience that we're having from the companies and the individuals who are taking our programs are saying, oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. They are rivaling a lot of the results that we are able to achieve in a physical classroom. So crisis creates, and I guess maybe it's cliche to say crisis creates opportunity. But the question is, if we have the right mindset, and I think we did at Dale Carnegie, really to say, where are the opportunities here? How do we turn this horrible crisis into something that could be a real win for everyone, for our clients, for our teams, and so forth? And Dale Carnegie himself is the one who said, if you have lemons, make lemonade. So I'm grateful that we've done that, and I'm very, very proud of our Dale Carnegie people, our thousands of Dale Carnegie trainers and franchise owners and salespeople and marketers. I mean, people who live in the Dale Carnegie and Associates organization who really have risen to the occasion.
Yeah, and according to Gallup poll, 60% of employees switched to remote working during crisis in the first couple of months. So it was really rapid pivot into the digital world. And
yes,
I was myself a part of those trainers who got certified in live online solutions, and it is really, really great. So, and how was the situation for you personally as a leader? So when you faced this rapid change, what challenges did you face personally?
Well, there was a lot on my shoulders, as you can imagine, and that can be create quite a bit of pressure, and I felt that pressure. And at the same time, something happened that I hadn't expected. And that's that I found within myself, thank God, a courage, if you will. And I think what happened was, you know, I think about this day, it's September 11th, which, you know, was a tragic day, 2001 around the world, but particularly in America. And we remember this day, and I remember this day, and I was leading a young startup at that time. I had sold everything I could to put into that business. And I remember just the fear I felt in the days following 9/11. And as a leader, I was at times paralyzed, but I was able to dig deep and to rely on a lot of what I learned in Dale Carnegie and to work with our team. And thank goodness we got through that. And then I think about the challenges of 2008 and 2009. And again, thank goodness, you know, we got through that. And so when I found myself in the midst of the COVID situation, I said to myself, there's a great quote that just kind of resonated, which is, I'm not afraid, I was born to do this. And, you know, I felt like, you know what, I've gone through really harrowing times. And again, thankfully, I've gotten through those. And I think what happens sometimes, that the opportunity for all of us as leaders, especially in crisis, is to keep things in the proper perspective. You know, we've got to focus on our thoughts, because our thoughts can be just horribly negative, and we have to fight to keep them positive, because we know from our research that people who are positive are going to be more likely to be resilient and agile and to take action. But when we get paralyzed by fear, we can't do anything. So it was really a harrowing time. My executive team and I started to meet every single day, 7 days a week. The Dale Carnegie team that I lead locally, New York and different areas. I mean, everyone just really stepped up. And as I mentioned too, our teams around the world. So I was inspired by so many of the people that I saw, and that fueled me further. And then I was able to give that back to them. So, you know, we're still as a world in the midst of this pandemic. And I think all of the things that we believed months ago, we still have to believe now. We've got to focus on the positive, got to focus on what's going right. It's easy to focus on all the things that are going wrong. You know, and at the same time, one of the things Dale Carnegie talked about was the importance of our thoughts, you could have two people in the exact same situation, and one is happy and one is miserable. What's the difference? It's the way the person thinks. So now, as is always, it's really important to think ahead, to think, you know, thoughts of courage, and to face the things that aren't working honestly, and just to say, all right, as we teach in Dale Carnegie, in what ways can we? What do we do now? And again, I believe in the power and the strength of people, and there's nothing like people working together.
Thank you for listening to Ideas and Leaders podcast.